Got real quick.
That was Quando Rondo's live performance that he released prior to going to court. And might I add, that was probably one of the best live performances that I've ever heard. Man, when I say he did a great job on that, y'all better go get hip to that. That is going to take off as soon as people catch whiff of it. It is truly a masterpiece, and I got to say congratulations to him. Too bad he will not be able to sit out here and enjoy the fruits of his labor and the love that he will receive from that song, because Quando Rondo went to court 3 hours after dropping that. Now in court, there were a few things that went on, and there was also a few things that was brought to the attention of the public. And one of those things is the fact that Quando Rondo, whenever his indictment said that he told his homies to leave the guns in the car, plus the part where it said that Quando Rondo told his homies to hand him a gun. That turned out to be false, because what actually happened was, from what they state in the indictment, and of course this is all alleged, Quando Rondo was out, he seen opposition, he said that there was about 1,100 of them, called his homies, told them to bring guns and to pull up. Basically, they were stating that he wanted to start a gang war. The second thing was the fact that while Quando Rondo was incarcerated, Quando Rondo allegedly smuggled in tabs and Mary J, which is crazy, man, because he just got incarcerated. So they're already trying to slap these new charges onto him. And if I do say so myself, family, this is one of the most, and I do say the most, bogus indictments I've ever seen, bro. This is terrible. The state of Georgia just wants to make an example out of Quando Rondo. And for the ones who not hip, check out this clip.
Well, now at 5, Savannah rap star indictment. Quando Rondo is sitting in the Chatham County Jail after the district attorney indicted him for gang and drug charges. As WJCL 22 News' Nakaya Carrero reports, the indictment includes 18 other people.
In my hand is the 17-page, 49-count indictment dating back to October 2022, and it's the reason why rapper Quando Rondo is sitting in this Chatham County jail since June 16th. The rapper, whose real name is Taekwon Bowman, is at the top of the list of defendants in the indictment. He is facing 2 counts of conspiracy to violate the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, 1 count of illegal using communication facility, and a count for violating the Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act. The artist is signed to rapper NBA Youngboy's Never Broke Again record label. The indictment indicates that Rondo is the leader of the Rolling 60s gang in Savannah. It also states that the rapper instructed other members to not carry guns in the car, but also told them to provide him with a firearm. Additionally, it reads Rondo set up drug sales and even drove to Macon to pay a supplier for marijuana on June 4th, 2023. As for the other 18 people, back in April, Savannah police arrested 3 men during their total focus operation. Tremaine Grant, Samuel Usman, and Angelo McNear were arrested at a home on East 39th Street and are facing charges for phone trafficking and illegally using a phone to set up drug sales. In the indictment, Grant is accused of being a leader of the Rolling 60s gang and running the residence on East 39th Street as a drug house. Also included in this indictment are individuals accused of being in the Family Over Everything gang. It states they sold marijuana to a confidential informant and even traveled to Atlanta to pay a supplier. Reporting in Chatham County, Nakaya Carrero, WJCL 22 News.
The rapper is set to appear before a Chatham County judge Friday morning for a bond hearing.
And appear in front of a judge, he most certainly did. And I'm gonna go ahead and play that for y'all, and we're gonna react to it as it goes on. Check this out.
Finally, Judge, we have got, and I've already provided a copy of this to Mr. Stoll. This is an itinerary. It demonstrates the events that my client has scheduled. Should the state request monitoring, I'm going to submit that monitoring with this kind of a profession is not really going to be very much of an option.
Man, your focus shouldn't be on the monitoring. It should be more on receiving that bond, bro.
As the court can see from that exhibit, Your Honor, my client has a very busy schedule. But then again, it's not at all unusual in the music profession that nothing ever stays on schedule the way that you want it to. Flights get delayed, connections get missed, sound checks go wrong, events get changed constantly. There is absolutely no way that we can truly use a monitor to keep track of anything, nor do we have any real
You're arguing something that hasn't even been presented yet.
That man Quando over there looking highly nervous, don't he? Look at him. Look like he blowing into his hands. He look nervous.
All right, if they can tailor the argument to the points of a bond consideration, not what he thinks I'm going to argue.
Sustained.
Thank you.
Okay, Your Honor, at that point, then I'll close. Once they make their argument, if I need to rebut it, I'll request that.
I'll give you an opportunity to do that.
Thank you, Judge.
The judge kind of seemed like she rocking with the defense a little bit more. So that's a good thing for Quando. She seemed pretty understanding and not going for any other prosecutor BS.
I am so sorry to the defense, but everything they thought I was going to say, I'm not going to say. So unfortunately, they just wasted a whole bunch of time. Well, the state is not asking for an ankle monitor. The state is asking that you deny bond. Let's go over the risks, because that is what we're here for, the risks.
Dude is a straight up Johnson head, man, for real. You see how angry he getting at everything? He is really upset. If he had hair, he would have been ripped it out. But see, prosecutors like this, man, I believe should not be prosecutors, because you should never be this emotionally attached, especially when you're playing with somebody's life. You got to weigh out the facts, the evidence, before you make a judgment. Whatever you think is going on does not matter. So this man does not have proof of being a flight risk. How can you try to say that he is one?
We're going to talk about flight risk. Mr. Pine said local hero. He's a local hero. He might be an artist, but he's also a gang member.
But that is not illegal. The Webster Dictionary defines a gang as a group of young people together, which basically means that whenever you were in your fraternities with your frat buddies drinking and hazing each other or whatever, that means that you were in a gang as well. Does that make you bad? I'm just saying.
He's also a narcotics trafficker. He brings in marijuana. We know that.
Objection, Your Honor. I'm going to object to the statement that he's a drug trafficker. That's not even an allegation.
That was a great objection by his lawyer, by the way. There is no proof of this man ever trafficking anything, anywhere. That is all speculation and allegations.
He distributes narcotics.
Be careful how you characterize. There has been an indictment returned. The indictment is not proof of anything. It states the allegations, and we are here to determine whether or not he's a risk to have a bond sentence.
Yes.
Oh, she's a great judge. You see how quickly she went ahead and checked her prosecutor for getting out of line and pretty much convicting this man of something that the evidence has not proven he has done. You cannot say that at all.
And the defense is making the argument that he's a local hero, that he is not a flight risk. He is a flight risk, Your Honor. He's very good at multitasking. While being a performing artist with all these obligations, he's been able to be an active member in the gang, which has been alleged in the indictment.
Once again, not illegal.
As alleged in the indictment, he's also been able to multitask and bring marijuana and hydrocodone into Chatham County. That's a fact.
Sir, how can you try to make that correlation? That didn't even make any sense. If he smuggled stuff inside of a penal institution, that would more so say that he's the opposite of being a flight risk, wouldn't it? What does your argument have to do with him being a flight risk? I mean, you can make and paint whatever picture you want to about his character, but what you're saying does not determine that he's a flight risk.
He said within days he turned himself in. On Thursday, he was notified, and I spoke with Mr. Pine, and he said it. He didn't turn himself in until Friday. The defense wants a pat on the back that he turned himself in. He had to. There was an active arrest warrant. So yes, he knew on Thursday morning that there was an arrest warrant for him. He turned himself in on Friday. So you don't get credit for doing the thing you're supposed to do.
This man is literally terrible at his job. The fact that he turned himself in shows that he's not a flight risk. If he was a flight risk, he would have ran. Then you try to make it seem like, oh, he prolonged it a whole day. Bruh, that is crazy. The man turned himself in. What more do you want? Prove that he's a flight risk, bruh, because you're not doing it. You're proving the exact opposite.
He's a flight risk because he has funds available to him.
Bingo. There goes the issue. That's the entire issue. That is the reason why he was detained. That is the reason why there was an indictment writ up on him. That is the reason for everything, because he has funds available to him. He's young, he's black, and he has funds in the state of Georgia, and y'all don't like it.
He travels regularly to Atlanta. He spent time in other parts of the country. We have where he's in Los Angeles and in different parts of the country. He is a flight risk to leave this area. Yes, there might be many people here who support him, but he has the ability to leave this jurisdiction.
And go where, Mr. Prosecutor? You just stated. Tons of people know him. He has a huge fan base. He's a celebrity. Where is he gonna go? Where is Quando gonna hide? He can't.
Is he a threat to the community and property? Yes, Your Honor. The calls that we have show that Mr. Bowman, while at a movie with his daughter, made a phone call to other gang members, other Rolling 60 gang members, and said, there are 1,100 members up here. 1,100 is the opposition. And said, bring your guns here. His words, Your Honor. That is a danger to the community.
Is that a danger to the community, or is that a man trying to protect him and his daughter? See, y'all trying to look at it as he's a part of a gang, so he's trying to start some type of turf war. No, he's trying to protect him and his daughter. If you know that all of these people over here want to hurt you, wouldn't you call your security if you're a high-profile celebrity? Whoever the security is, whatever their background is and whatever they are involved in, that's not his business. His business is to find someone that he feels safe with that can secure him. So he called his security and told his security to come and protect him and his daughter. Why can't y'all see the simple things? You gotta look at it as if he's trying to run some type of criminal organization. That does not make sense, bruh. You're not making any sense.
When you have people coming to a movie theater bringing guns, yes, ma'am. That is the language that's in the indictment. When they say bring the guns, that's what he was saying. Bring guns to a movie theater because my opponents are here. That's a danger to the community, Your Honor.
I do have that. I understand.
Did y'all hear the judge's remark? She said, I do have math. I understand. Which means that she could understand that it's 1,100 people to one and a child. So of course he's going to call someone that can protect him in this situation.
The next one, which the defense was mentioned, that he was saying, don't have guns in the car. That's true. He did say, don't have guns when you pick me up, because he's a convicted felon. He can't be in a car with guns. That doesn't mean that he still doesn't have people come with guns when he needs it to be. And again, that's been alleged in the accusation, in the indictment.
Clean it up. Alleged. That's been alleged. It's not proven. It's not fact. And no one said that that happened at the movie theater where y'all would have footage of. So a crime was not committed. All you have is phone conversations of him trying to get protection. But so does every other celebrity. They have a security unit that they can call to come and protect them. Is that a crime? No.
He is a risk to the community. He is also a risk to influence witnesses. There are not 18 other co-defendants on this case. These are fellow gang members. Most of them, some haven't been charged with it, but the majority of them are fellow. These are fellow gang members. Most of them, some haven't been charged with it, but the majority of them are fellow gang members. We have him as a leadership role. As leadership, he does have power and control under the individuals below him. He can influence them. He absolutely has the ability to speak with them and get them to change testimony, take responsibility. We have seen that time and time again in other cases.
I'm sorry, sir, but don't nobody have that power over another man. That is you once again speculating that he can do this. What are you calling him, a god or something? He does not have that power to make a man take any accountability for anything that he did not do or did do. But you use the word responsibility, which means that That is someone taking accountability for their own actions, which they should do in the first place. Not try to pinpoint it on him, because this is a man that y'all really want, and not none of the rest of the tadpoles on a totem pole.
So yes, he's a risk to the community. He is a risk to the witnesses, of the intimidation of witnesses. The defense had a very laissez-faire argument about the gang. Oh, it's leadership. He just says contradicting things. The Rolling 60s are currently one of the largest and most violent street gangs in Savannah. And that man is the leader of them. That is a danger to the community.
And I'm gonna go ahead and stop it right there, man, and tell y'all what the judge did. The judge said that she will process everything that was said, look over everything, and they will come back and give a verdict whether or not he will get a bond. Now, I will say this. This prosecutor is a flat out idiot. Flat out idiot. Nothing that he said made any sense. You want this man to be the kingpin. Look at Quando. Who's going to follow him? I mean, the only thing he has going for himself is money and fame. But real gangsters, real street dudes ain't finna follow him. Nobody but kids. Ain't nobody with no status finna follow after what Quando Rondo gotta say. Only the youngsters who want to run up under somebody with a lot of attention. The OGs, they gonna do what they do. And one thing working in Quando Rondo's favor, for sure, is the fact that he publicly came out and denounced the Rolling 60s Crips after Lil Pab got killed. That was a great move. The fact that he was crying tears, letting it be known he didn't want anything to do with it, said it multiple times, and let it be known that this is y'all stuff. Y'all. Key words. So if his lawyer is smart, he will go back and get that footage, play that footage, let it be known Quando Rondo disassociated himself with anything that has to do with the Rolling 60 Crips. The fact that he smuggled trees and all that in there, like y'all alleged, says that he has a very bad drug addiction problem. And everything that y'all got on this man is pretty much BS, and y'all know it. Y'all are just trying to find a reason to take this man down. Hopefully this judge plays this out fair and allows this young man to get a bond and sees through the BS that is actually going on to him, because they're trying to tear down a celebrity at the hype of his career, while this man is, trying to change the lifestyles of not only him, but everybody else that grew up with him out in poverty. That is not a bad thing. Just because these men lived the life before of running the streets and street violence and all that stuff before, does not mean that they are bad people and they don't deserve a second chance to grow and become somebody better. That is the problem with this justice system. And that is the main and most important reason why we need to go back to police in our own communities, man, because these people will do nothing but continue to look at us like we are predators. Every one mistake you make in your life, they will try to hang over your head for the rest of your life, while they make countless amount of mistakes. But y'all let me know how y'all feel. Like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that bell icon and turn post notifications on all, family. Y'all know I will be back.